Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Absolute, and today we're going to be doing our pick'ems for Major 1. It's coming up here this weekend, so let's get this thing going. We're going to see who's going to be taking home Major 1. So how we're going to be doing this is we're just going to be going straight down the left side, just kind of in order, and then we'll go back up to the top and then go straight back down as well, and then we're just going to go from like left to right, you know what I'm saying? So up first, we're going to have FaZe versus Gorillas. I think FaZe are going to take this pretty easily, maybe 3-0. FaZe look pretty dominant. This is pretty much their tournament to lose. They're just on top of the game right now, you know what I'm saying? Now the big match is going to be Miami versus OpTic Texas. Miami just actually beat OpTic 3-0 the other day. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see this as a first match, and I'm going to actually have this be an OpTic loss. Miami take it 3-1. I think maybe OpTic come out pretty hot in the control, but other than that, I think Miami probably take this one home. Next up, we got Surge versus Toronto Ultra, and I'm going to take Toronto 3-0 on this one as well. Toronto look like they're pretty much going to be the team at the end, with FaZe competing for the grand finals, so I'm going to have them going forward right here. Up next, we got the Subliners versus the Rocker. This one's kind of a toss-up. Subliners don't look as great as they have been last year, but I want to say that this team probably gets better on LAN, and probably 3-0, maybe 3-1. We'll give Minnesota a 1 in there, because usually they come out pretty hot on the first hard point. Next, we're gonna have the Battle of LA in elimination round 1. LAG versus the LA Thieves. I'm going to pull this one out and say that LA Thieves are actually going to win this, but in a Game 5 fashion. I think LA Thieves have mainly just had it kind of in their head that they've been, you know, in LA and like, you know, connection based, blah, blah, blah. I think they're just kind of getting in their head, but I think they'll pull things together at the major and look a lot better than they did online. OpTic Texas versus Legion. It was kind of close in the online matches, but at the same time, I think and I hope that OpTic kind of wake up from the loss to Heretics and put this one together and put the team away that they should be putting away. So we're gonna have them maybe like a 3-1 as well. Now we got Surge versus Breach, and I am actually going to go with the sad story of Breach losing this one in a Game 5. Sadly, they're going to lose at their own major, top 12. I think Surge are going to just put it together during this losers bracket run. And I think Boston just are a little bit too inconsistent. I just think that they're not going to have any success put anything together this weekend. Minnesota Rocker versus Carolina. I'm sorry, Clay. I'm going to have to do it, but you're taking this one 3-1. My boy Clay has to at least win one match on LAN. I don't care which major it is. I'm going to at least guess him winning one match all year. Like, he's got to do it. He's got to do it for me, man. Clay, if you're watching this, if you ever see this shit, you got to do this shit for me, okay? You got to do this shit for me. You got to turn the fuck up, and I know you can do it. Keeping it going forward, we're going to stay in the elimination round, and we're going to start with LA Thieves versus OpTic. Even though Thieves put it together versus LAG, I have to go with OpTic here and say that they're going to win this maybe 3-1. Seattle Surge versus Ravens. I'm sorry, Clay. I had you win in the first match, but I think that's as far as you guys get this weekend. Honestly, you guys are just under practice. You guys just formed this team, so, you know, it's not really too much to like get down on as long as you win that first match. If you win that first match, at least you have some upside to this major. We'll give them a 3-1. We'll give them a 3-1. Going back up to the top, we're going to be in winners round 2. We got FaZe versus Heretics, and I think this is going to be a very close 3-0. I think it's going to be down to the wire each map, and it could go either way, but I think FaZe just pull out the 3-0 and show up and be the better team. Next, we got Toronto Ultra versus the New York Subliners, and online this was pretty handy, but like I said, I think Subliners get better on LAN, so I'm actually going to have Subliners taking this in a game 5 fashion because their search and destroy has actually been one of the best in the league so far, and so I think they'll win the map 5 if they can take it that far. So going down, we got Toronto Ultra versus OpTic Texas. Sadly, I think this is the end of the road for OpTic. I think Toronto will get the job done pretty handily. They probably take this in a 3-1 fashion. And then we got Heretics versus Surge. I think Surge are actually going to come out swinging, maybe like the first map, maybe like the second map, but I think Heretics overall probably win this in a game 5. I think that's going to be a really close series though, because this is pretty much the top like 5-6 team outside of the top 4, like theoretical top 4. And then so that leads us to Toronto versus Miami Heretics, and I think that Toronto are also going to get the job done on this one as well. It is probably going to be a 3-1. If I could guess, I would say it's probably going to be a 3-1. Miami maybe take the S&D. Toronto is a pretty good respawn team. If they're one of the best respawn teams, then it's going to be pretty hard to stop them after they've beat the teams that they beat to get to this point. With that being said, I have Toronto moving forward. So that means winners finals. We got FaZe versus Subliners. I think FaZe are still going to be the better team and maybe take this in a 3-1. I think New York probably come out pretty hot and maybe win the first hard point, but their search, the control, and maybe the next hard point as well. I want to say New York are going to take the first hard point, and then FaZe are going to take the next 3. So FaZe are going to land their spot at their first Grand Finals appearance this year. With that being said, I'm also going to take Toronto with the comeback. They're going to ride the wave of Subliners losing that match to FaZe and 3-0 them, and they will be meeting FaZe in the Grand Finals. Finally, it all comes down to this, the Grand Finals, FaZe versus Ultra, and I'm going to have FaZe taking this one. It's going to be 4 to maybe Toronto taking 2 maps. I want to say 1, but I'll give them 2. That way we can at least see more maps than Chance from last year. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. This is all my opinion. I have no idea what's going to happen. I might have a little FaZe bias, you know what I'm saying. If you agree, disagree, let me know down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.